Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous superstar Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2022. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. It is going to be on the 8th of the month that we will have this month's full moon. This full moon takes place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with your daily life. Whether that's related to your work life, the type of work you're doing, the environment that you work in. It could have to do with the people who surround you there, like clients, customers, coworkers, and immediate supervisors. But this part of the sky having to do with daily habits, daily rituals, can also speak to your sense of well-being and how well you take care of you. Well, look, a full moon brings heightened emotion, and that is especially true now. There is a strong desire for change that can feel very strong now as well. And I say that because we have a retrograde Mars hand in hand with precision with this full moon. And that means there's going to be a feeling of determination and urgency and even impulsivity to the changes that could take place at this time. It can be at this time that it feels like there's a lot of work to get done. There might be a whole lot of busyness as well. And you want to make sure you're practicing self-care to the best of your ability. I will say Neptune is square this full moon, which means that if you're trying to talk to some of these people that I mentioned, that can either create confusion, or you may be left with a feeling that you don't have the whole story, or if you do have the whole story, you don't trust it. That can be part of the energy of this time. And so you want to be sure that you're staying very practical with these types of people I mentioned, like the clients, customers, coworkers, and immediate supervisors. And I say that because Saturn is speaking in supreme harmony with this full moon. And it is in practicality. It is in what you're actually demonstrating and doing and observing what they are actually doing, that you're able to ensure that those alliances are as strong as possible, that you're able to understand what needs may be there and how to meet them. Taking responsibility for your output, for what it is that you are doing in a very practical way, is how it is that you can calm this energy and feels that much more productive for you as well. Now, where it comes to how well you take care of you, this might be a time of heightened determination towards meaningful change. The incremental approach is most likely to work because of that Saturn aspect. And yet, this can also be a time when there's all this emotion as part of the changes you're feeling inspired to make. I also want to say this may not be the best time for health-related testing. That Neptune square can bring with it inaccurate results, but usually there tends to be a need to do the test again and that kind of thing. So in order to avoid that, it might be a good idea to pace yourself just a little bit. If you have to do it, then of course you have to trust your life. However, if you have a choice, then it's a good idea, especially if it's routine stuff, to instead focus on those things that you can do to feel like you're moving towards a sense of positive change and moving towards meaningful longevity as well. That is the strength of this time. You absolutely can almost intuitively feel the best answers for you and where it is that you're hoping to make change by leaving bad habits behind. Well, that's when you're really working with the power of this full moon energy that much more. Now, as we navigate further, it is going to be a very big news for you. On the 23rd of the month, we have this month's new moon, and it happens in your sign. Normally, you get one new moon per sign per year. This is your moment. This is your time. And having this new moon, it's powerful. This new moon energy is promising fresh starts, fresh beginnings near and dear to your heart, and it's offering you an opportunity to redefine yourself, to understand matters of identity differently as well. Now, with this new moon, this idea of newness is emphasized that much more because this new moon not only is new, which inherently suggests new beginnings, but also it is happening at the very beginning of your sign, which means that it amplifies its potential to serve as a seed and spark moment, which ultimately you can continue to grow from, create momentum from. And whatever it is that sparks and is a seed at this time will more fully be realized 6 months down the road when we have a full moon in your sign at that time. So at least for now, there is a sense of fresh new beginnings. I think I said fresh about 5 or 6 or 7 times there, but it's also about you having another perspective on yourself and redefining your priorities from a place of clarity and self-knowledge as well. This is important. Let me say that very clearly. We do have a new moon, of course, which is like your personal new year happening a week before anybody else. But we've also got a lot of important energy happening in your sign at this point. On the 10th of the month, Venus moves into your sign. And it is as we move towards the end of the month that we are going to end the year with Mercury retrograde in your sign. And so as much as that new moon brings with it new possibilities, new starts, that Mercury retrograde says, now be honest with yourself. Now check in with yourself. Now, is this really what you're going for? Is this really who you are or not? That exploration makes this time that much more meaningful as well. Your exploration will take you into January, of course, but as we move forward and further into a new year, you will come to a point of finding answers that are deeply meaningful to you. Now, speaking of Venus, goddess of love, where it comes to matters of love, you are starting a brand new cycle once Venus enters your sign. And we've got some very important developments here. The day before the new moon, on the 22nd, Venus will speak in supreme harmony with Uranus. This is such delightful energy where love takes you very much by surprise. But it is as we navigate towards the end of the month that you're going to find Venus and Pluto hanging out close together. And if you think back, it was exactly a year ago in December that we had the same kind of phenomenon, Venus hanging out close in the sky to Pluto. And so whatever's happening as we approach the end of the month in some way will reflect what could have been taking place for you a year earlier. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, I love this energy of Venus taking place in your sign. It just makes you a magnet. It becomes that much easier to attract love into your life and to enjoy your unique expression of beauty and to feel a sense of joy as you move through your life and move through your world. And an overall sense of happiness is part of having Venus in your sign. That ends up being most attractive of all. However, at the same time, that moment, the 22nd and the days surrounding it, I think are just magic for you in an amazing way. And love really may feel like it comes out of nowhere. It takes you very much by surprise at this time. But it is as we navigate towards the end of the month, it could be whether it is that you realize certain feelings or patterns are repeating from a year earlier, or you're actually interacting with or connecting with someone that you knew a year earlier and things might have taken place. In some way, you are further understanding last year, but differently now because you're different and you're getting a chance to look at it that much more deeply as well. For those of you just starting to date somebody, well, look, I love so much of the energy here now. I love the energy of having Venus in your sign. It makes it that much easier to feel like you're getting along with others, to feel the love of others as well. And of course, we have that lovely surprise energy right around the 22nd, which I think can be a lot of fun. However, the more consequential matters of what this person brings and how you really feel, I think all of that stirs very strongly as we get to the end of the month, and you'll get to decide the best way forward for you from there. I would also add that it is possible that you could end up connecting with someone brand new, especially right around the 22nd, and that could be part of an awakening and a redefining of your personal self. And for those of you in an established bond, what a powerful time this can be. Venus in your sign makes it that much easier to get along. It's that much sweeter and nicer with your partner as well. You're feeling the love and you're giving the love as well. And I think that can be very beautiful and very healing. However, if you are one of the Capricorns where you might have had some issues with your partner a year ago, if it was December, some issues came up, chances are you'll be seeing them differently in some way. Now, whether that involves having another look at those issues and realizing how they're continuing to move forward, or whether it is the realization that you don't have to do things the same way again, either way, you're reaching a deeper layer of honesty as to how loved you feel, what's working for you and what isn't. What I love about this month for you, wow, what a powerful astrological moment. I am going to say that new moon in your sign, it really is a very big deal. Now, I do also want to say that Venus in your sign tends to be a really good time to, as they say, play with your unique expression of beauty, however it is that you like to do that. And so, yeah, Venus in your sign, you tend to like the results better. So whether that is a new hairstyle, new wardrobe, or so on, or something more permanent as well, like tattoos or cosmetic procedures. However, there are a couple of things you want to be mindful of. Mars retrograde, right? Not normally the best time to do surgical procedures, and so maybe not that permanent. But of course, tattoos, they do, go under the skin. So you just want to be careful with that. I would also say that you certainly want to avoid the later days of this month, and strive to, up until the 22nd or so, that's the time frame you want to work with, especially around the 22nd. Look, if you really want to try a radically different hairstyle, a radically different wardrobe, chances are you're more likely to like the results than you might otherwise be. But there are other ways to celebrate your unique beauty as well, and that has to do with just being comfortable with you, within your body, within your own skin. Now, Jupiter is going to move back into the foundational part of your sky on the 20th and will stay there right into May of 2023. And I think that absolutely is going to help you to find that deeper sense of being at home within yourself, finding a sense of real acceptance and love and celebration with exactly who you are as you are now. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. I look forward to meeting you there. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.